Hi everyone, welcome to prompt 3 for my master's portfolio. I am examining poverty's effect on education. My name is Dorette Harvey and I teach pre-kindergarten. In this presentation, I am discussing the impact of poverty on education by examining socio-economic inequality and access to early learning opportunities. I find this challenge of great significance in early childhood, as poverty related barriers often affect children before they enter formal schooling. UNESCO and UNICEF 2024. Why I chose this topic. My school is in a low income inner city community with deep rooted poverty. I am deeply saddened by how poverty impacts the students in the school. I am from a developing country and I had culture shock when I started teaching here and saw how the children dress shoddily for school. I sometimes wish there were a washing machine in the building I could use to wash some of the students' jackets. The topic resonates with me because I wish I could do more to help these children break the cycle of poverty. I will continue to do the best I can to make them thrive. We can define socioeconomic inequality in education as a difference in students' learning opportunities because of family income and resources. Students from low income families frequently experience inferior educational opportunities, while schools in their communities must provide greater needs with limited support and resources. OECD 2026. Children and family. Children from economically disadvantaged backgrounds often start school with limited learning experiences due to limited access to educational materials, inferior childcare, and limited enrichment activities at home. Additionally, some of these families can barely find food, face housing instability, and can barely afford health care. These factors impact students' initial growth, language abilities, and their capacity to concentrate and manage emotions in the classroom. Meanwhile, the schools that serve low income communities must provide similar academic standards as those schools with more financial resources. Educators in low income schools frequently work with limited funding, fewer materials, and larger class sizes. Teachers are expected to support students both academically and socially while also helping meet their basic needs, which adds extra strain on schools and staff with limited resources. OECD 2026. Research conducted by Friedman, Cross et al. 2024 revealed that children from low income families can achieve success if they receive high quality early childhood education. Yet, they frequently have no access to well funded and high quality programs. I have seen the manifestation of poverty in my classroom. Students come to school hungry regularly. Many of them do not have school supplies and display emotional problems because of instability in their home environments. A major problem is poor attendance, and some students missing as many as 10 days of school. These realities directly impact academic performance and behavior. As a teacher, I have seen firsthand how poverty affects learning. I have students who are struggling due to hunger and fatigue. Some are falling behind academically because they lack books or consistent adult support at home. These experiences have taught me to approach teaching with empathy, flexibility, and culturally responsive practices. In my classroom, I see the impact of poverty every day. Some students are distracted because their clothes do not fit, their shoes earth, and they are too hot or too cold. This makes it hard for them to focus on learning. They may feel embarrassed, avoid participating, or miss school more often. Over time, this can lower their confidence, affect their behavior, and slow their academic process. National Center for Education Statistic 2023. I have actively shared my insights through presentations for colleagues and at PTA meetings. My focus has been on understanding the impacts of poverty, reducing bias, and implementing inclusive strategies. This effort has led me to a more reflective mindset among teachers and families regarding their expectations and teaching methods, ultimately fostering a more supportive learning environment for students. I approach teaching with a deep awareness of how poverty influences students' fundamental needs, emotions, and their capacity to learn. My priority is to cultivate a classroom environment that feels safe and supportive, where every student knows they are respected and valued. I establish high yet attainable expectations, offer adaptable instructions, and practice patience and empathy. By fostering strong relationships, minimizing judgments, and meeting students where they are. I aim to eliminate barriers to learning and promote both academic achievements and emotional well being. Teachers can make a meaningful impact on students experiencing poverty by fostering a safe and welcoming classroom environment, cultivating strong relationships, and implementing flexible, high expectation teaching methods. These strategies are essential for lowering obstacles, enhancing students' engagement, and driving academic achievement. NCES 2023. Understanding the impact of poverty on education empowers educators to engage with empathy, purpose, and effective solutions. By actively addressing students' need and dismantling barriers to learning, teachers can help bridge achievement gaps early and foster classrooms where every student feels valued, capable, and supported in their journey towards success. Here are some artifacts showing poverty in the classroom. And this pair of shoes was worn to school by one of my students. I had to borrow a pair of shoes from the care closet while I washed these for him. I did shed some tears as I washed them because I know his mother cannot afford to buy him another. Poor attendance. This student hardly comes to school and it is impacting his academics. If these absences continue, he'll get withdrawn from school. This is so sad. Look at this, a dirty jacket worn to school, a dirty jacket worn by a student. I asked his mother for permission to buy him a new one. When I gave him the new jacket, he hugged me and he said, "Thank you. I love my jacket." My eyes was filled with tears because I know what poverty is. And here are my references to my research. 2025, 2023, 2024, 2022. These are my references. Thank you for watching.